Hey everybody, this is Chris Kelly, managing producer of entertainment for NJ.com, joined once again by our food dude, Pete Genovese.
Hey.
Pete,
Hey, what's up?
how's it going? We are here to talk once again about the week in New Jersey food. Pete, this week started off in somewhat controversial fashion when you posted a story on NJ.com with the incendiary headline.
Yeah, it's a good word.
Incendiary headline, New Jersey is a barbecue wasteland.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'll continue to say it until we get some good barbecue in this state. I mean, you know Texas. I mean, they, down south, they know barbecue. Up here, sort of a wasteland.
They don't
I think I was
squat.
being kind by using the word wasteland.
Wow.
I think I could have gone even more extreme, but there are enough barbecue places in New Jersey. There just aren't many good ones.
Many good ones. So talk to me a little bit about the reaction from readers, some of whom were angry.
Some, yeah, actually I was surprised. There are a lot more people agreed with me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the vitriol is coming later, later in the week when people, they're fuming right now, smoke coming out of their ears, but maybe that comes later. But yeah, I think a lot of it, again, they kept the people who disagreed, we're bringing up the familiar places, the chains.
The chains, the falling off the bone places that we talked about last week.
How much time do we have? You're going to keep this to 10 minutes. Falling off the bone, again, some people jumped online. You can see it all online. Falling off the bone, to me, means bad barbecue. That's all. It means it's overcooked, it's improperly cooked. You want to have your teeth, you want to give your teeth a little workout. That doesn't mean, as somebody said, that the meat's got to be tough or, it just means that it's not falling off the bone because it becomes a point where it's too tender.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
barbecue
mush.
should not be soft and tender and buttery. That's not
polenta,
barbecue.
yeah.
Right, that's not barbecue.
But then you sort of tapped into also, maybe a complaint that a lot of people had but hadn't voiced. A lot of people who have been to the South or maybe moved, like me, lived in the South and moved back here, and come back and think, what the heck, why isn't there any good barbecue? And I think you kind of tapped into some of that too.
A little bit, yeah. And again, New York, now, we mentioned in the story TripAdvisor, they listed the best barbecue states. New York came in 10th. Now, and that's largely obviously because of New York City.
Sure.
They're not saying New York State's a barbecue haven. They're saying pretty much New York City. And New York City can support anything. They can get a million different ethnic cuisines and can root and flourish. But I'm not so sure that the barbecue on the other side of the river is really any better because we have Mighty Quinn's, which is in New York. We have Dinosaur, which is in New York. We have Brother Jimmy's here, which is in New York. So we have some of the big names there.
But no real homegrown kind of.
We don't have sort of the mom and pop type places, right? Even though mom and pop is usually some hipster, with $1 million in his or her pocket. There's no mom and pop anymore.
Well, get your smokers. Get your smokers, New Jersey. Come on.
Yeah,
come on. We challenge you.
And some people again online said, well, this is not what we do well. Well, that's a bogus argument.
That's a cop-out.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we do. New Jersey's not. You wouldn't think like we have high-end French restaurants. That may not be our niche, but you can find them here. You can find anything in New Jersey. That's not an excuse anymore to say, well, that's not what we do. That's no excuse.
Yeah. Okay. So we demand better barbecue.
Yes.
New Jersey food purveyors. We want good barbecue. Okay. So Pete, on to the big news this week. We are continuing with our search for New Jersey's best burger, and the polls have been launched. Explain. People can go online and vote for their favorite burgers.
Starting today through next week, so you have about 10 days to do this. You vote for. We have 5 different categories. Best burger joint, restaurant burger, diner burger, specialty burger, veggie burger for you vegetarians.
You fools.
He said that.
You sorrowful people.
He said that.
Bring
not
some
me.
joy in your life.
So you can vote for your favorite, and I think once you can vote for each place once.
Once a day.
So
you can vote once a day.
You can vote
for
in multiple
each place.
categories, but it can only be one in each category per day. So get the vote out. Vote early and often. And as I said, we have a lot of choices.
Sure.
We have a lot of nominations.
So we want to tell restaurant owners and burger makers out there, tell your clientele, get online, get on NJ.com/Jersey's Best and vote for your favorite burger. Vote often, and from this collection of votes, we're going to pull together a list of 50 semifinalists.
50 semifinalists, which will be in 2 weeks, and those I will visit every one.
You will visit every one, and those will be the top 25 vote getters from our reader poll. So the readers out there, you guys get to pick the top 25.
You have a voice. It's not just me. And bars, it's not just me either. So 25 that the readers, the top vote getters in each category, that's 25. And I
Pete's going to pick
25. Those are the 50. And we, over a course of 2 weeks, or until my stomach holds out.
Just explodes.
Or I just call at some point and say I'm a vegetarian. Somebody else needs to. I'm going vegan. Someone else needs to do this.
That can't happen before July. Pete, what did we do? We got a lot of nominations. We got a lot of suggestions. What were some of the interesting trends? Interesting surprises that developed out of the nomination process.
I think one, maybe wasn't too surprised. We had a lot of votes for chain restaurants, and not just like White Castle, Five Guys, Shake Shack, but I mean a lot of sort of like Houlihan's, the sort of the Fridays, those type of places, sort of restaurants that do sort of a wide menu, where people were honing in on the burgers. So I was kind of surprised by that. I got blitzed yesterday by 2 restaurants in particular. They clearly got their vote out at a certain time. I got about 100 emails from each place.
But we're not discriminating. I mean, a lot of people say chain burgers,
fine.
but you know what? Some of these chain burgers can be really, really strong, and they will certainly be considered.
In the end, we're going to pick New Jersey's best burger. It's not the biggest burger. It's not the fanciest burger. It's not who has the Gruyere cheese or the roulade
stuffed with foie gras or any of that.
It's just the
best
burger.
It might be that one. Yeah.
It's just whatever burger does whatever it's supposed to do the best. What tastes the best, looks the best, smells the best, juiciest, tastiest, whatever. It's a whole bunch of standards.
Now, you're going to keep an open mind. You're going to try all these things. I know that. But do you have a sort of, a go-to, a kind of, do you lean more towards the classical type? Do you like the more sort of nouveau-style burgers?
It's like pizza and a lot of other things. I'm sort of all over the map. I don't, pizza's good person. I don't really have one sort of special.
Style.
There's some things I don't want on my pizza, like the chicken or the pepperoni, because they're boring.
Yeah. Or
burgers,
pineapple, egads.
Oh my God,
let's not even get started on that.
Pineapple should not go on
Those
anything
people should
except,
be murdered.
Yeah, well.
Along with the vegetarians.
Like there needs to be more meat in your diet, or too much, something. No, but I don't want a burger. This goes with any piece of meat to be too fussed up. Sure. Don't smother it with sauce or some dressing or glop or something. I want to taste the meat. I want to taste the burger. When we were doing the bar mission with Saeed, the photographer, we were shooting unauthorized not unauthorized, but underground video of me sort of ranting in the car late at night. Video that will never see the light of day, believe me. Not that anything, I was saying anything wrong, but I would go off on rants, especially about burgers.
Burgers at these bars,
a lot of the places we had burgers, and they were bragging about their burger, and a lot of times the burger was mediocre. The one burger, we both agreed it was by far the best burger we had, was that I won't mention the place, but it's going to be on the ballot. It's a craft beer bar down in South Jersey. I ordered it. It came in different variations, and I was just sort of in the mood, like a no-nonsense mood that night. I said, just give me the plain burger. I can always add. There's some artisanal ketchup and mustard on the table. I can always add stuff. That burger was so good. Didn't need any. When you have a great piece of meat, you don't need to muck it up.
You got to cook it right. You got to season it right, and that's all you have to worry about.
You can tell. And like I said, a burger like that could win this, or it could be the burger with a million different things on it. So,
well, this is all going to be very fun and very exciting. People are going to have 10 days to vote in a number of different categories. Starting today, voting once a day in each category, and we'll see who ends up coming out on top as we make our way to the semifinals in the New Jersey's Best Burger Competition. Pete, that's all for this week. We'll be back next week to kind of check in on how the voting's going, talk a little bit more about burgers. Until then, I'm Chris Kelly.
Hey, Pete Genovese.
For NJ.com.